Hi friends, welcome back to the Enchanted Stay, where fantasy books, stray kids, and the occasional thriller that absolutely refuses to let you put it down live in perfect chaotic harmony, just like they should. Today I'm reviewing Ark of Blood by J.F. Penn, which is book 3 in the ARKANE series. This is an indie supernatural thriller, blending religious artifacts, ancient mysteries, secret agencies, and modern danger. I read this one in January 2025, and if you enjoyed Dan Brown style thrillers with a darker, more supernatural edge, you're gonna want to hear my thoughts. So grab your sword and your light stick and let's go. Ark of Blood follows Dr. Morgan Sierra and the secretive ARKANE agency as they investigate a brutal murder in Cairo. The curator of Egypt's renowned museum is killed by masked assailants. That murder is only the beginning. The trail leads to one of the most dangerous and legendary artifacts in human history, the Ark of the Covenant. With Morgan's usual partner Jake Timber incapacitated, she's forced to face mercenaries, assassins, and shadowy organizations largely on her own. As the mystery unfolds, Morgan discovers that the Ark isn't just a religious relic. It may be capable of unlocking ancient alchemy, turning it into a potential weapon of mass destruction. If the Ark falls into the wrong hands, the consequences would be catastrophic. So the stakes are global, ancient, and deeply personal. Characters. Morgan is one of my favorite thriller protagonists. She's an Oxford-trained psychologist, an ARKANE agent, and a former military officer who has experienced significant personal loss. That history gives her emotional depth and realism. She's competent, but not invincible, and her grief quietly shapes how she approaches danger. Natasha El-Beheri, an Egyptian assassin with her own agenda. She's dangerous, intelligent, and morally complex, not just a one-note villain. Dr. Khaled El-Souid, Morgan's partner for this mission, and a scholar working at the Museum of Egyptian Antiquities. I really enjoyed Cal. He brings warmth, intelligence, and cultural grounding to the story, and kind of helps offset Jake's absence. Martin Klein, an ARKANE agent working mostly from headquarters. He's the tech genius providing logistical and digital support, and a familiar presence for fans of the series. Father Ben Constanza, a priest at Blackfriars in Oxford, and a close family friend of Morgan's. He has deep connections within the Catholic Church, and frequently assists with missions involving religious history. There are many more characters, but these are the core players driving the story forward. Because this is a modern-day thriller, there isn't traditional fantasy-style world-building, but J.F. Penn excels at location-based immersion. Cairo, Oxford, and other settings feel vivid and grounded. Penn weaves in historical facts, religious lore, and archaeological detail in a way that makes each place feel alive. That said, there is a lot of information, and while I personally enjoy historical detail, it does occasionally slow the pacing. Tropes and archetypes. This book leans heavily into some of my favorite thriller tropes. Secret societies, powerful ancient artifacts, religious conspiracies, exotic locations, dark rituals, secret agencies, supernatural relics, and revenge-driven antagonists. If you love stories where ancient history collides with modern danger, this absolutely delivers. This is a fast-paced book, though slightly slower than the first two in the series. I think the biggest reason for that is the info dumping. While the historical and religious details are fascinating, there are moments where the momentum stalls a bit. I also really missed Jake Timber in this book. Cal is a strong character and helped fill that gap, but the Morgan and Jake dynamic is something I personally love about the series. That said, I devoured this book in less than a day. As a fan of Dan Brown, I was thrilled to find an indie author delivering the same high-stakes, artifact-driven thrill with a darker, more supernatural tone. I really enjoyed Ark of Blood. The plot is compelling. The central mystery is strong, and Morgan Sierra continued to be a standout protagonist. While the pacing wasn't quite as sharp as the earlier books, and some of the secondary characters felt less memorable, the overall experience was still gripping. I rated the book 4 out of 5 stars. The cover art is also solid, atmospheric, clean, and very fitting for a thriller. And yes, I absolutely plan to continue this series. You'll enjoy Ark of Blood if you like Dan Brown-style thrillers, religious and historical mysteries, ancient artifacts with supernatural power, strong, capable female leads, secret agencies and global conspiracies, and fast-paced indie thrillers. If that sounds like your thing, this series is worth checking out. If you've read Ark of Blood or any of the ARKANE books, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy indie thrillers, fantasy books that blend history with danger, or Stray Kids, this is your world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay chaotic, stay magical, stay.